Hello and welcome to Passion in Portland Author Event Series. Our host today is contemporary romance author AJ Harmon. AJ, welcome to the broadcast.
Hi, thank you so much. I am super excited today to have the fabulous, lovely, beautiful, talented, and New York Times best-selling author Rachgel Van Dyken with me this morning. Huge fan, doing a little fangirling here at the moment too. She is amazing, kind, generous, and a really excellent writer. So Rachel, thank you so much for joining me this morning while we talk a little bit about you and you're coming to Passion in Portland in 2015.
I'm really excited for it. I love it whenever we have signings that are really close to us. So thank you for hosting it and having it, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, we're very excited. You were one of the first to confirm as an author, which is just super excited. I know that when we posted your name on the Facebook page, the thread just blew up with, "Oh my gosh, Rachel's coming to Portland!" So I know that some people here in the Northwest are super excited about seeing you, and I know that I'm very excited that you're coming. And Portland is a fabulous city. We hope everybody wants to come to Portland and enjoy the beautiful September weather and amazing authors just like yourself that are going to be there to mingle with fans and sign books for them. I know that, speaking of books, you have a big announcement for today. Why don't you share with us your exciting news today?
I do. I just actually had the fifth, well, technically it's more like the 4.5 book in the Eagle Elite series released today. It was kind of something that I wrote in order to catch people up. I noticed that when other authors, like an example, J.R. Ward, write really long series, people get really overwhelmed, so they either wait until the series is finished or they buy the book right when it comes out and then they feel like they're lost because they have to wait all this time to catch up. And so I decided to write this book in order to catch people up if they haven't read the first 4 books in the series, and also to make it so that it can kind of keep the series fresh as I'm writing the next book and having to kind of stagger my releases a bit this spring. So it's called Bang Bang, and I'm really excited, and it's New Adult Mafia, which is probably my most favorite thing to write right now. So it's been exciting.
Yeah, so I noticed that you release books really quickly. I mean, you must just write 24 hours a day. Do you have a process that you use in order to get your books out so quickly? I know the fans appreciate that there's always a new book coming from you. How do you do that?
You know, I always tell people I write full time, so it's kind of like one of those things that when I say that it's a writing day, it's like a 12-hour, writing day. I'm in front of my computer. I treat it like any job. I have a separate office in my house, and so it's, I do my workouts, and then I go and I write, and I take breaks in the afternoon, and then I write some more, and I have, word counts per day and goals that I have. I think that with releasing so many books, I think it could be a bad thing too, because then you end up just saturating the market, with your name, and that can end up being confusing for a lot of readers, because then they're like, wait, I thought she just released this, or wait, what's the focus now? And I know that this last summer it's been really hard because I had a couple really big releases, but they were back to back with other releases and then re-releasing my backlist, and so I know I need to slow down. It's probably for the best, but I really do like keeping stuff out there for readers, because I know as a reader myself, I really appreciate when other authors do that, and I hate having to wait 6 months for another book in a series, especially if there's a cliffhanger. And I just feel like in this day and age, a lot of our readers, and I'm sure you know this too, like they want stuff now. Like they don't,
Yeah.
You just finished a book, they just bought it and finished it, and they're already posting on Facebook, so when's the next one going to be out? Or they're already posting, about how they can't wait till this next series that you haven't even started yet is out. And so I really feel like there's this perfect balance you have to find as an author, where you're keeping the readers happy, but you're also not stressing yourself out so much that like all you're doing is writing. So yeah, I just write every day, and I take breaks in between book releases. So right now I'm ahead by like 4 months as far as the releases that I have coming out. So I haven't started my book that's due in 6 months, but the ones after that are actually done. So I try to keep it on a pretty good schedule, but sometimes I get kind of off kilter depending on what's going on. So yeah.
Yeah, well, you're making me tired just listening work. I've taken a couple of week break, and I know for me it's starting to get really, I'm antsy. It's like I need to get back to writing. When it's amazing how that happens, because people, I don't think I know that a lot of the people that I talk to, you know, it's like I have to write every day. It's just, it becomes part of who you are, you know, almost like breathing. It's like you have to write just a little bit. So, but you're making me tired, because you're certainly an overachiever, and your fans love it, because they're so excited about your books. Now, will you be bringing all of your books in paperback to Passion in Portland, or do you think that there's some that fans like more than others?
You know, I think there's always, whenever that happens, whenever I say I'm only going to bring this series, I always end up having where they're like, oh, why didn't you bring this other series that you have? So usually what I do is I bring a little bit of every series. I have the Seaside series that it's so long that I end up just bringing like maybe 5 to 10 books per book, or 10 books per series. And then when it comes to like The Bed or Eagle Elite or any of those bigger series, I usually bring a lot more. And I like to bring a lot of books, because my whole thing is I like giving the first book away for free, because I feel like it puts it into the reader's hands, and they've already traveled so far to get there, and a lot of times they have to pay to be there, just like I do. So I think that it's beneficial to give them something in return on top of swag, and so I bring probably more books than I should, just because I do the first book free, the second book I charge them for, and if they just want one book, that's fine, and they can walk away with it. But I feel like it's not only a good marketing technique, but it makes it so that they feel like they got something out of coming to that conference, and it makes them want to come more to preach your book signing. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome, and that's why your fans love you. I know, because you are extremely generous. I've witnessed that being Facebook friends with you over the past little while. I see that you are very generous, and the fans will really appreciate that. So if you're excited about coming to Passion in Portland to meet Rachgel Van Dyken and get one of her fabulous books, or maybe 5 or 6 of her books, put September 12th, 2015 on your calendar, and come to the Crowne Plaza in downtown Portland, and you will hopefully be first in line to meet your favorite author, and especially meet Rachel. So thanks for hanging with us today. We'll see you next year at Passion in Portland.